How's it going, everyone? I'm just doing a bit of ankle mobility. My mobility slash flexibility ankle-wise has sort of deteriorated over the years. Oh, how rude. Welcome to day 6 of the Hybrid 24 program. In one of the previous videos, I was talking about that I kept a close eye on the release schedule for videos and make sure that they're not overlapping and times are getting crossed. Well, I think that's happened. I think the times have... It can't be because we're following a program, right? So, yeah, everything should be all good. I have a band running down here, and I'm trying to warm up that flexibility in my ankle so that I'm not winking at the bottom, like I'm not, butt winking at the bottom of my squat. Today is day 6 is a lower body day. We got front squats, hip thrusts, seated hamstring curls, leg extensions, and seated calf raises. So I'm really putting a lot of emphasis on these little warm-up routines prior to the movements because I'm older now, and I mean, to be honest, I should have been doing these from when I was younger, but the hubris of youth. So I find that they do have a positive effect on performance, but yeah, it's the ensuring that you're not injuring yourself during the movement. All right, so I've done 2 sets of the old dorsiflexion banded warm up. Now I'm looking at goblet hold squats. I just realized that I'm backed up, I think 3 to 4 videos worth. So I've got a video that I'm just finishing up now, but then I've got about, I think 3 to 4 already shot raw files that need to be edited. So that's a lot of work to look at, but it's good. Shooting the content is easy. Everything behind it, everything that happens in the back end is, So we got 2 sets. Editing actually takes up a good amount of time. I find myself spending at least 3 to 4 hours a day, and this is just basic. This isn't anything fancy. This is basic cutting and condensing footage, getting rid of dead space, making sure that the footage, is maintaining a good flow, and I don't really like there to be a lot of dead, silent space in between. And that seems to be, that's a lot of content creators I've noticed as well. So that alone takes up at least 2 days. And then after the whole cutting and eliminating process, then there's the layering of any extra effects or pictures or pieces of media that might be related to what I'm saying. But yeah, man, anyone that does editing, especially like full-on serious editing, oh man, you're the real MVP editing wise. All right. And as always, of course, welcome to Club Thornton. Very exclusive. I think there's only about 3 members in here and a staff member. So, hey man, get on the waiting list. Man. All right. I think we're just warming up the mobility in the shoulder and in the wrists. I think they're just bar holds, just to get the old arms and shoulder used to this. I could easily just have it like rest across like this, but this was something that I was able to do easily back in the day. But obviously, after neglecting front squats for the last decade, there's 5 kgs already on it, so I'm gonna leave it on there just so that I can have a bit of weight. But I'll drop this down. Wow. Yeah, that was definitely a new feeling to come back to. Very much tightness, very much painful. Okay, I might give that 2 more. I want to sit just a little longer, and then we'll get into our sets. 3 working sets. Again, this is still a foundational 4-week period, so they're not really loading us up with sets, but working off of our current 1 RM, they are consistently working us at around 75 to 80%. So it's still, although the sets aren't there, the intensity more or less is there. Okay, holding again. Boocha, boocha. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely do one more. Dude, that, you gotta have a really good, like, wrist mobility and flexibility. I can't believe I was ever able to actually catch it on all my fingers. Hey, if we were able to do it before, I don't see why we shouldn't be able to do it again, right? Mrs. made ground beef with sweet potato, and that was a very good filling meal. Oh wait, one more, right? Like I mentioned in the last video, the quality of your sources, right, for your proteins, carbs, it really does matter. Because if I would have had something like, I don't know, like for carbs, if I would have had something like white rice, right, or some sort of bread to fuel up on for this workout, I'd be so bloated right now. But having something like sweet potato or kumara, getting that slow release in there, because there's quite a decent amount of fiber, and also with the ground beef, it's good. It's good times two. Oh, yo. Now, I haven't front squatted in, I can't remember the last time I front squatted, to be honest, but I expect there to be a lot of limited range of motion. Obviously, that's why I did the old banded dorsiflex warm up, and obviously the bar sits for my wrists and my shoulders. I'm not too bad at it, but hey, man. If it means we gotta start all over again, then so be it. Oh, yo, if I didn't mention it in the last video, Spain saved everyone a lot of heartache by winning the World Cup. So congratulations to Spain a week and a bit ago for winning the FIFA Football World Cup. I'm sure everyone except Argentinians are just over the moon, especially the CR7 fans. 8 to 10 reps, set number 1. The weight definitely isn't an issue, but the flexibility, very painful. Feels like someone's about to tear the palms of my hand off the ends of my arms. At least we got one out of the way. Sony's network went down, and if ever there was a time you wanted to draw attention away from your whole 100% digital future only, a network outage is the last thing you want, man. So they kept quiet about it, right, for as long as they could, basically beating around the bush, ignoring the outrage, and then that happened, basically proving the customer's right. So it'll be interesting to see what Sony's next. I think they're just gonna try and stay as quiet and not, react as much as they can possibly. But now they got like developers and retailers, and I think some governments breathing down their necks. I think that's 2 or 3 of them that have taken legal action against the whole, under the grounds of is it anti-consumer or it's anti-something? But yeah, and I swear if I was Xbox or Microsoft, even Nintendo, bruh, I would be circling. That's good. I would be a shark circling that prey, and I'll be striking early and fast. I hope they do. I don't know if I should go up in weight. The weight itself, like I said, wasn't the issue, but can my wrists handle the hold? I'll do this one more time, because we only got 3, so if I can top out at a heavier weight, that would be good. All right. That was a good decision to stay at 60. Switching from gaming to rugby, the All Blacks have named their 40-some-odd player squad to tour South Africa for the greatest rivalry tour, and they actually selected a pretty decent squad, but a huge but. One Duplessis Carifi is a very notable mention that is missing from that group of 40 plus, and I think the majority of New Zealand, even some South Africans and some people up north that pay attention to our comps, even they would agree that he was very hard done by. I agree, here's my take on it, right? So for the people that are saying against a team like South Africa, Duplessis will come up a bit too small. A lot of people are arguing that that's why he was omitted from the selections. But my counter to that is you can't really say Kirifi is too small for the test arena, because the Boks, two of their most consistent performers, they've got veteran Quagga Smith, and then more recently Paul de Villiers, both who are pretty much identical in terms of size, and I think Dupes might be a bit heavier than both of them, but those two, especially Quagga Smith, when they're on the field, they are everywhere. Even if you go about a decade and a bit back, Heinrich Brousseau for the Springboks was an absolute tear. He literally nuked the All Blacks forward pack single-handedly. I think he might have been, alongside players like Richie McCaw, perfected the art of tackling and jackling at the same time. So it got to a point where IRB at the time made a rule change, and that's where we have the tackler must release before going for the jackal, right? But, a lot of flankers were about that same size. In the test level, what's that guy's name? Oh, what's that dude's name that used to play for England? He was in the World Cup winning squad. Wow, he was an absolute beast as well. Oh, not Neil Diamond. Neil Back. Neil Diamond's the singer. Neil Back. That dude was like 5'9" or something, or 5... what's his name? Phil Wall, George Smith, even David Pocock. David Pocock sort of doesn't count because he was about a shy of 6 foot, but he was like 6'5" sideways. That guy was a tank. Last set. Francois. Very humbling, coming back to a movement that I haven't done in, I'm very confident in saying, a decade, possibly even more. No, it can't be. Pretty sure I did these, I'm going to say at least 5 years. But yeah, so now that we're done with this, hip thrusts. Yes. So we're going to pop on over to the, I think it's a Nautilus hip drive machine, and we'll continue our work there. First, we got to put our weights away, of course. Okay, hip drive. Another movement that I'm not really used to, or that I don't do. Actually I don't do these at all. I think I sort of just leave glute development up to things like squats and RDLs and step-ups and things like that, and sprints. But hey, nothing wrong with a little isolation work, plus also getting the hips trained up as well. We'll do a little warm-up set with, should I do 100? Yeah, I'll do 100. All right, what's a good warm-up amount? Here we go. Yo. Okay, definitely feeling that as well, although it was just a warm-up. Yeah, going back to the whole undersized flankers at test level, my argument was, they can't really say that Dupes is too small, right? But then on the other side of the coin, I think they've selected players that not only can contest lineouts, but also to tall enough players that can neutralize Springboks' aerial game. This is almost like a replay of 20-some years ago when the South Africans bomb and chase, right? And that's why they had to bring in players like Corey Jane and Israel Dag and Ben Smith. Even Julian Savea, with his oversized ogre build, was able to get up in the air and contest. So, and that's where the All Blacks had their version of the bomb squad, as they were known back then. Richard Kahui, he's a center, out and out, but his versatility meant that they could put him on the wing, and he was a test level wing. So yeah, I feel like it's more to do with game plan and less to do with the individual's ability and heart and hustle. I think Dave Rennie knows more than anyone the amount of get her done that Duplessis Kirifi. Look at that. What was his response to not getting picked in the initial squad? Dude just straight up got to work. He didn't let it phase him. Went straight into training, prepping for the Wellington Lions, who, might I add, have a pretty dope kit this year. I'm looking to grab one for myself. So yeah, but who knows? Ethan Blackadder got chosen, which is like, I get, you know, they want someone who is abrasive and takes it to the line every time and is keen on the physical stuff. But bless his heart, Ethan Blackadder, that guy is injury prone, right? He's getting injured every other week. So who knows? I'm not saying he should get injured or he will get injured. But just, you know, in case it does happen, maybe Dupes will be next cab off the rank. So I'm guessing, I'm just going to go full on 4 plates and just start working. A word of advice, guys. Please do not walk around barefoot carrying heavy equipment unless you're confident and you're a seasoned veteran, by all means. But just for the newbies out there and anyone that's just starting up at the gym, if you can, get some steel toe boots. I do not have enough thumbs and fingers to count how many times I've dropped a weight on my foot, and that is not a fate I wish for anyone that's watching. Oh man. So 3 working sets, 8 to 10, might go up in weight. We'll see how it goes. Okay, just for this movement here, really trying to get the hip thrust, you know? A lot of people are sort of overextending, getting their back involved, and they end up feeling it more in their lower back. But if you want to just get that, you know, hip thrust, especially as you come up, you should be able to feel it. You will be able to feel it, especially in your glutes. Explode up, hold, control as you release. Oh man, I forgot to grab some apple cider vinegar when we were at the grocery store today. So I need to sort that out, because I take a little shot in the morning just to help with things like food cravings, and basically it's apple cider vinegar, cinnamon. I need to get cinnamon as well. Cinnamon, I chuck turmeric in there for its anti-inflammatory properties. Cayenne every now and then. I usually chuck that in if I know I'm going to be going for a walk, or even if I do a nighttime shot, chuck the cayenne in there to further enhance the body's energy, thermogenesis as you sleep over, as you go through your 8 hours. So yeah, apple cider vinegar, cinnamon, turmeric, cayenne pepper, if you feel like it. And then sometimes I'll throw in like a teaspoon of like really good quality raw honey. Mix that up. You're done skis. I tell you what, taking it before you have a big meal really helps with bloating and crashing, especially if it's like high sugar. So yeah, maybe something you could check out. This is my second set. Yo, I was starting to feel that in my hamstrings. Whew. Ooh. Slowly, I think. Oh my lord. We got seated hamstring curls, and we're coming back for the old seated calf raises. And I think that's about it. I might chuck in a couple extras at the end. I see from the different blocks, the second and third block have given optional 4th and 5th sets, depending on how you're feeling. Oh man, I totally I stayed up on Saturday night to do some editing. Totally went overboard, completely slipped in, and didn't get to go out to shoot a walk and talk around town. I think it was quite stormy on Sunday. So because we only started having good weather No, yesterday was Sunday. My bad. No, yesterday was Sunday. My bad. Yeah, I definitely slept in and didn't go out to do the old vlogging, which, you know, I need to start scheduling and sticking to my filming schedule. Oh, yo, we got this set, seated curl. Should we do... No, we'll do seated curl because it's a bigger muscle, and then we'll come back and do the smaller ones. All right. Hopefully my hamstring doesn't kick in too much. I'm really starting to feel, you know, I'm really starting to feel the tension on my booty cheeks. So much so that it's spreading down to my hamstring cheeks. Here we go, guys. I didn't end up going up in weight because I want to live. Here we go. Ooh. That was good. We're gonna head on down to seated hamstring curl. I think I might go for a whiz first. I'll see you guys there. Okay, hamstring curls. No feeler set, no warm-up set. Jumping straight into it. My hammies feel very much awoken thanks to the last movement. So I'm hoping that because I felt it quite a bit, not quite a bit, but I could feel it kicking in when I was doing hip thrusts. So I'm hoping I don't pull it as I'm doing these. Here we go. One. That was pretty good. I felt all of that, but in a good way. You know, the Commonwealth Games are on, and I think they're playing lawn bowls, which cracks me up because I think Samoa took out gold one time. I'm not sure if it was Commonwealth Games or it was some sort of multi-nation competition. But yeah, they took out lawn bowls, which is weird because you had all these old people from countries like New Zealand and the UK, and then you had these you got these hulking guys from the islands. Oh man, the music that's playing right now is giving me a lot of Jet Set Radio Future vibes. For anyone that knows Jet Set Radio Future. Play 6. That game was thebomb.com. Oh man, I think I did 10 there, but because I don't train hammies in isolation I don't really train them. They're much like how I treat the glutes. I just leave it to things like RDLs and lunges, right? I don't really do the seated or lying hamstring curls. I'll tell you what I should be doing more of is that Nordic, I forgot what it's called. Is it the Nordic hamstring curl? Yeah, where you anchor, you're in a kneeling position and you anchor yourself down by your ankles and then just control that forward fall. And once you hit the ground, explode back up. A really good sign of hamstring strength and health. I'm telling you right now, if I did one of those now, I'd chip all 80 plus feet of my intestines out. That sort of thing you gotta work up to, man. Got one more set. These sports like lawn bowls and what else? Like these really slow burn and real meticulous kind of sports. Very low impact. I always wanna, not always, but I'm always interested in when there's like beef. You wouldn't expect a sport like lawn bowls to have fisticuffs, right? Two of the competitors going at each other, but I'm pretty sure it has happened. And if it has, I want to see it. What's that other winter sport where they pretty much send the old that kettle thing, and then the other two people start like polishing or buffering the path for it to slide on. Oh, yo, I forgot what that was. But that's one that I'm always intrigued by. They get so intense in those sports. Any little thing can set them off. And that's the case with most high-level people. If you're operating at the highest level of ABC sports or industry, you're wired different. And not in a bad way. All right, last set. Let's get this done. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. Very rude. All right, guys. All right, so seated calf raise. And then I think we can make room for 2 more extra unrelated exercises, right? Because we have a zone 3 cardio day tomorrow. So I mentioned in the last video that the last session was meant to be zone 3, but I think it's day 7. If I have the days wrong, I will put somewhere around here what the correct days are. The timelines, the multiverse, they're crossing over each other. All right, let's go. Seated calf raise. What? Yep. I forget what song from the 80s or 90s that this tune is from. I think one of YouTube's, one of their policies is that you have to disclose that there's part of your content that's AI generated. So you're not going to get that from me. I don't really do well with seated, right? Obviously, because with seated calf raises, the gastrocnemius, or your calves, is full on taking the grunt of the work. Standing calf raise, you've got, your hammies and your glutes, your core, but you can definitely feel all 20 kgs of that plate coming down. I think I'll only go as high as maybe 60. I'm seriously considering attaching a TikTok and an Instagram account to this channel, just so that I can get many more eyes and many more potential viewers. Not forcing anyone, but always helps to have as many avenues for people to discover content. So why not? I'll see how 60 feels, and then I will make the decision to either jump up to 80 or stay. This is set number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can jump. Oh no. The other movement is leg extensions. So I will go back and do leg extensions. Oh, jeebus. Easy work, man. Let's get through this one, get through the other one, get through our leg extensions, and then that'll be the end of the session as dictated by the program. And then let's see if time allows us to sneak in another exercise or 2. All right, set number 2. 1, 2. I'm staying at 80. Oh man, I'm thinking of that I've switched up. The wife and I have a monthly sort of like a family meal out or order in that we do, and I'm not sure if it's her turn yet, because everything got scrambled up when my nephew moved over to Oz, because it used to be 3 of us. It used to be cycling. Choices was getting cycled through 3 people at a time, and then I forget where we left off at. But if it is my turn, here's what I'm going to do. 48-hour fast, 48-hour water fast leading up to the day, and then if it's my choice, I'm going to go re-burger. I'm going to get 2 burgers and burger fries. It's going to be good. And possibly get boneless KFC. We'll see, because not only do we have to work to earn it in here, we also got to work for it monetarily. Whoop. All right, last set. I'm going to try and really control this one. 80 really. Here we go. 1, 2. That was good. It hurt, but it was good. Remember, guys, always put your weights away and wipe your equipment down. This isn't your mom's equipment. All right, guys, we have to double back to the leg extension because, yep, we have indeed forgotten to do leg extensions. So I'll see you guys down there. All right, no warm up, no feelers for this one. Just going straight into it. Ooh, that is pretty heavy. Oh man. All right, going from rugby back to gaming. What are your top 5 video games that you've played, say, in the last 5 years? Elden Ring, Clair Obscur, the Oblivion remaster or remake. What else was there? Ooh, Death Stranding 1. I've finally played it, Death Stranding, and it's actually pretty good. It's a different kind of game, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. So yeah, just about finished with part 1, and I'm thinking of picking both up. We'll have to get them, you know, physical copy styles. Well, with the way Sony's going, I'm really interested in how Xbox is going to pivot to whether they're going to either take advantage of this and go the opposite way, or yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Oh yeah, so Death Stranding, and what's another really good game that I've played? Life of Pi. Not Life of Pi. It's a Life of Lies of P or Pi, the Korean game, the one about, you know, Pinocchio. It's a Soulsborne type game, but yeah, very good games, high replayability as far as I'm concerned for me. But I'm really looking forward to these remasters for Fallout 3 in New Vegas, because if they're anything like Oblivion, then I'm all there. And apparently they've recruited the OG team to come in and handle, you know, because Mr. Todd Howard be playing too much, talking himself up, you know, about Stairfield, nothing else getting done. Fallout 76, no one wanted that. No one asked for that. People are just obliging you because there's no other option. And then what did the new CEO do? She came in and took it off you, which cracks me up because Bethesda's been like real notorious for not saying jack shit about anything really. But it's so funny and so coincidental that as soon as the IP that used to be theirs was taken away from them and given to another team to handle, out of nowhere, Bethesda dropped this essay novel of a post outlining everything that's in the works right now and how excited they are to be collaborating with a new team, and that they've decided to hand over responsibility of the remakes and all that stuff and the new Fallout to another team so that they can focus on this, that, and the other thing. Bruh, Asha Sharma came in and handed you guys your ass and took your lunch. So hopefully Xbox's response to Sony's, you know, whole digital only thing is similar to how they've handled the whole Bethesda thing, you know, very fan servicey. But I think not only that, it's shareholder, you know, friendly, shareholder servicey, if that's a thing. Last set, ooh, we made it. Yeah, dude. Oh man. So that was leg extensions. It actually felt really good, especially after waking the quads up with the front squats earlier. So we're just gonna clean up here. You know, I think the time doesn't really allow for us to throw in extras, but at least we've got the main goal out of the way, which was today's session, day 6, or insert correct day here, because I don't know what part of the MCU I've fallen into. But yeah, again, guys, thank you for having me on your screens or on your TV or on your whatever you're watching this from. It's a privilege to do this. It's not owed to me, but I am thankful always to my Lord and Savior that I can come out here and shoot videos and complain about video games and talk about rugby and food and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm thankful for you, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're safe, you and your families. And yeah, reach out to someone if you need to talk. Make sure you buy physical, buy local, cancel your Disney Plus, and cancel your Crunchyroll. Cancel your PS Plus. Hold out on your Xbox Game Pass. Buy a PC. Make sure it's Linux based. And yeah, God bless each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next video. Adios, muchacho.